BSG have been partners as co-title sponsor of which is now the BSG Tri-Series since 2008. And this year, what previously was known as the BSG NJ Triathlon Series, and this year it is now known as the BSG Triathlon Tri-Series. As an athlete, personally, I've been to two Olympic Games, and I do know what it's like to not have a sponsor, and I know now what it is like to have a sponsor. So the value of a sponsor is immense to an athlete from I think primarily from a point where you'll feel part of something, you feel valued by a company that takes interest in you. As well as the financial commitment that the sponsor will make towards you in terms of covering various expenses and certain incentives if you do well enough in races. So from an athlete point of view, it's essentially, it's a twofold thing. You're playing on your psychological and you're playing on your emotional aspect of with feeling part and valued. And then the other side is as an athlete, with the time that you need to train and race, you don't necessarily have the opportunity to work. So there's a large financial portion, which if the sponsor steps in and takes care of, obviously that's great value to the athlete.
And by sponsoring the triathlon, it enabled us to make a difference in people's lives, to encourage them to have a healthy experience, healthy outdoor activity. So it's a great congruency with the brand. Additionally to that, you're also targeting high net worth individuals. It's you've got to invest a lot to be able to participate in a triathlon with the bike and the training, etc. So it does give us an opportunity to also engage with some of our target markets. So there's two aspects to it. In addition to that, we also sponsor some athletes, and we sponsor those athletes because it's an added benefit. It goes along with the Tri-Series events. If you can imagine the athletes at the end, when they finish, they get all the BSG branding on them, they get profiling, we obviously get that profiling opportunity. Now athletes themselves, again, it's congruent with what we believe in as an organization and why we exist as an organization. Our tagline is unlocking potential, accelerating performance, and by sponsoring athletes, we're enabling them to unlock their potential and accelerate their performance. Predominantly marketing, and then there's a public relation activity that happens around it. That's one element of it, but it is a marketing driven initiative, and that's because it crosses over both your internal and your external foundation of marketing. Internally, obviously we can use it to engage with our employees to participate. Externally, we engage with the marketplace, so your PR touches on that external base, and that's where your PR acts as a tactic for the Tri-Series. Definitely from a brand profiling perspective, we get a lot of our AVE is very high from the Tri-Series investment. So it's just a pure brand platform that provides us with an opportunity to do that. But the other benefits are what we actually intended the Tri-Series for, and that's to make a difference in people's lives. So the benefits are we use funds that we generate from the Tri-Series events to donate to Elite School, Elite Science and Maths School. So we're making a difference in children's lives by gathering funds for an educational initiative, and then obviously the benefit of enabling people to access an activity that inspires healthy outdoor activity. That is the biggest benefit in itself. I don't think we use it particularly for that target audience. Obviously we do use it as one of the tactics to encourage individuals where they do get some exposure to it, and then obviously they get to experience the organization by attending one of the Tri-Series events, because you do get to see a highly professional, well executed events, which is exactly what BSG is. You get to experience some of the teamwork that goes into the Tri-Series. Those are all things that are very, very congruent with the brand, and therefore the graduates get exposure to that, but we don't use it necessarily as a platform to I want to say employ graduates, but it is one of the things that we would engage with them, where they may get access to the brand and access to how the organisation actually operates.
Okay.
Thank you. That is easy peasy.
Represented Zimbabwe in the Beijing Olympic Games and then the London Olympic Games. And you know, in Beijing I finished 42nd, and then you know Beijing was 42nd, and then London was 51st actually. So I was a little bit way off, but you know, in the last 3 years, you know, I joined BSG in 2009, and I took the decision to work part time as well as you know, try and qualify for the Olympic Games. So for me, you know, it's about balance in life, and if I sort of got to the Olympic Games, you know, I would be happy enough to do so. So where I finished, as long as I didn't finish last, which I didn't do, I was happy with that.
Would you join a company once you graduate? Would you join a company that has such events?
Such events?
Yeah,
we wouldn't
why
mind.
not?
Yeah.
Seems like a fun company.
Yeah. Is it? Do you think it's good for team building?
I think it depends on the people as well.
Yeah.
You can have stuff like this, but if they don't bond after this, then it doesn't really help.
There are some people who are not just
Yeah.
interested in this, and you know, it's just for the sake of it because they want to do it.
I'm marita, lidonde for More TV News, Johannesburg.